Guys, as you can see, it's a windy day. From my shrubbery blowing in the wind and from my wind chime singing. It's a windy day. Temperatures in the 30s. I'll show you on my thermometer that's reading outdoor temperatures. Outdoor temperature at the top, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 48% humidity. But this is my starting temperature. So let's see how far I could ride without heated gear, but I will be layered. So let's go test this out. Let's see what temperature we're on, or what temperature the motorcycle is reading. This is showing 41 degrees, but I just left my garage, so we'll let it set. So I'm out here doing this cold weather. My thermometer at home, which is on my front porch on a table, and it is in the shade, so we're sunny out here. So surely that 41 degrees is probably the temperature inside of my garage. Is dropping down now. So I just wanted to get out here and ride. I haven't ridden in the 30s since my first motorcycle, which was a Suzuki Boulevard C50. I did have I had a windshield on it, so it helped block some from my torso dropped down to 39 right now. And when I got that motorcycle, I just wanted to ride because I had never had a motorcycle. I always wanted a motorcycle, so I would ride in any type of weather. I actually bought some type of device that you mount to your handlebar, almost like a nylon flexible box that stopped wind from getting completely to your hand, but it was not that comfortable. Didn't seem to be really that safe either. Right now I'm feeling okay. So this is my 2023 Honda Goldwing Tour DCT. The changes I made to it to protect me from wind are the upper wind deflectors from Honda, and I changed my Honda windshield to an F4 Custom windshield, which is the 20-inch height, which is the same height as the stock Honda Goldwing windshield. I'm not getting much wind that's making me cold. I do feel my fingertips. My heated seats are on level 3 of 5. 5 is the highest. And the seat is fine, and the grips are fine also. The hand grips. The only thing I've noticed with the hand grips are they don't heat the fingertips, so that's a reason for the upper wind deflectors to add upper wind deflectors, which I did, but I still feel some. This is my first time riding in cold weather after adding the upper wind deflectors. It doesn't seem to be as cold on my fingertips as it is without them, so I have reset my odometer, and the temperature right now is really sticking at 39 degrees, so getting out in the sun is a different reading than my outdoor thermometer that's sitting on my porch in the shade. because the high today here in metro Atlanta, or Atlanta, is supposed to be 40 degrees, so this 39 is accurate. So I'm riding at a higher temperature than what I would be sitting on my front porch. What do I have on? I changed my gloves to the gloves that will actually cover the entry to my sleeves on my jackets, so there's no air going up my sleeves. On my upper body, I have a t-shirt. I have a thermal layer. I also have on a long sleeve shirt, cotton shirt. I have on a hoodie. It's not the thicker hoodie, but it's not the thinnest hoodie. It is cotton, but it's thinner than some of the thick ones, not overly thick. I have on my nylon Scorpion jacket that has a sleeved rain insert in it. I do not have a thermal layer in this particular jacket. I thought I had one, that I was actually trying to put a different one in it, and realized it would not fit. So I have to go verify whether I have a thermal layer for this. I think I do. I just have to locate it. It is windy, as you probably saw in one clip I took. On my lower body, I have a thermal layer. I have on sweatpants, and on top of both of those, I have on jeans. And then I have this nylon pants that have a insert in them, a kind of a rain insert. On my feet, I just have normal athletic socks and my Indian Ridge boots. And pretty much the only place I feel wind on my shoulders. I'm going 55 degrees right now, and it's windy, so I feel wind on I feel the breeze hitting my shoulder. Actually, it's not making my shoulders and my upper arm and forearm cold. I can tell that wind is hitting me. It's just not making it cold. I do feel cooler on my ankles and my feet, and seem to be a little bit cooler on my fingertips, mostly on my throttle hand. But that can be from a cut that I cut my hand this weekend, cut the tip of one of my fingers this weekend, so that may be just pain from that. Under my helmet, I have a gaiter that covers my neck and mouth. Well, I don't have it covering my mouth now because I don't want it to affect my audio quality. And I guess part of this, the hood to my hoodie, is helping block some of the wind from my neck. So it is not as cold as I thought it was based on my thermometer at home, and I am not as cold as I thought I would be riding out, so it's not bad. 6.7 miles in. The Golden Wing thermometer air temperature is still showing 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Front tire is at 39 psi. It normally goes up 3 psi after I start riding in weather that's not this cold. So I did air up my tires to 38 psi and 41 in the rear. So the front tire is at 39 and the rear tire is actually at 45. I would say if I actually had heated gear, it would be probably on low, definitely at the top on my upper body, and probably low or medium at the bottom. The only thing I feel really at the bottom is down toward the shin, and I feel cooler on my feet. Not cold, but just cooler than my torso and everything behind this windscreen and bodywork of the motorcycle. So it's not bad. I'm still loving my mirrors, my Panavista mirrors. I think the upper wind deflectors are making a big difference here with this cold weather and wind. I noticed when I first put them on, I noticed that they block wind from the front of my knee and the side of my leg. So I think that's making a difference here on my, that's making a difference on my lower body, especially my legs. And I'll make this turn and I will flip them in and see what I feel. What difference I feel from them. Flip that right one in. And the left. So right now with those flipped in, I feel wind under my arms, on the side, on my rib cage on the side. Let me flip one back out. Yes, I feel more wind here on this side, on the one that's flipped in, that's not blocking any wind. I feel it on my right rib cage because that upper wind deflector is flipped in. Put that arm back up. And I don't feel it on my left side with that wind deflector flipped out. So they do make a difference. Now my right rib cage is starting to feel cooler, not cold, than the left side, which is flipped out. So trying to see if I feel that same thing on my, I don't have my helmet buckled. Trying to see if I feel the same thing on my legs on both sides. Yeah, I feel a little bit more wind on my right leg than I do on my left leg. I'm going to make a stop up here at the gas station and buckle my helmet. I can't do it with these gloves on, and I don't think I'll have time to do it at this traffic light. So it's not bad. Much better than my first motorcycle because I have more wind protection. More upper and lower wind protection on this Honda Goldwing than the Suzuki Boulevard with just a windshield on it. Not bad, not bad. No heated gear. I'm still considering updating my winter riding gear. This jacket and pants are the same pants I had when I had the Suzuki Boulevard that I got in 2007, February of 2007. So I'd like to see what else is out there that actually feels better, and that's probably more visible than this black color. I actually go over here in front of the cycle gear. And buckle this helmet. So I can actually ride in weather now. I know that is maybe 40 and above. I've only gone 11 and a half miles, but it's not undoable. It's not a no-no, basically. Starting to fog up. Let's get a few more miles in. I still feel the heated seat. I don't like to be super hot on my hands and my seat. I feel more of the seat than I do the hand grips. So my inner hands are not cold. The palms of my hands are not cold, but I can feel the seat. So I could use a lower setting on the seat. I rarely, if ever, have my temperature settings on my seat and hand grips above level 3. So right now at about 14 and a half miles, my feet are getting colder. My toes are getting colder to a point, well, I know this temperature is still 39 degrees on the thermometer. I wouldn't be willing to ride long distance, especially not going up into the mountains. They're getting colder than they were the first 10 miles or so. Fingertips on both hands are getting more of a colder feel to them. So this is not a test to find out how far I could go on at this weather, but just to see how it feels and the changes I get as I continue to ride. Oh, well, I forgot my right upper wind deflector is still folded in, so maybe that's the reason. On the right hand, I'm feeling extra cool. See, it is the holiday season. Downtown area. Decorated for Christmas. Let me do a little more riding and get a better feel for it. get back up to highway speeds on the way back home. I'll check back in with you. So, what changes would I make without making any changes to the motorcycle? What changes as far as heated gear do I think would need to come first? Heated socks and heated gloves would be the first things, because those are the things that are colder right now, or that are cold right now. And I don't know how high up the heated socks come as far as heat protection, but they need to come up to shin level, because above my ankles, maybe to the top of where actual socks would end up, that would be the first two things I would change if I didn't make any wind protection changes to the motorcycle itself. So, and that's after riding 20 miles, most of it below 55 miles per hour. Now I'm headed to a highway that has a 55 miles per hour speed limit. So let me see if I could go up to slightly above 60 and how that feels. And I'll check back in with you. Right now I am at 63. The wind is not dealing with me too bad, so maybe it's blowing in a direction that's not blowing me side to side. Maybe it's facing me or blowing behind me, blowing toward me from the back. So let's see. So when I open my hands to get to the brakes, and these gloves are not heated, I don't have on anything that's heated. When I open my hand to reach for the brake lever, I feel more of that wind, not just on my fingertips on the outside, but also the inside. And I guess I'm maybe getting some wind protection from the mirror. I can't prove that. Especially not on the right side, because I can't ride with that mirror folded in on the right side. Left side, since I don't have a clutch lever or over here, that it is safer to do it on the right side, on the left side rather. I'm going 65 miles per hour right now. I do see the trees, especially at the top, blowing, leaning from the wind, moving around from the wind. So yes, it's still windy, but no major change other than maybe my fingertips being colder. at highway and interstate speeds. So yes, if anything, I guess in the order of socks, I'm trying to see which order I want to place them in. I would do gloves first in the order of importance, since my fingertips are colder than my ankles and my feet and toes. So socks first, then gloves first would be more necessary than the socks, and then the socks. And if the socks do not heat the lower leg, pants, upper heat protection would be last for me, for my comfort levels. And we are still showing 39 degrees on the thermometer. 25 miles of riding, different speeds. So that is my cold weather, non-heated gear ride and test to see what's more important for me, and how the wind protection I've added to this bike helps. I don't want to be riding out of that driver's view. So the upper wind protectors from Honda, wind deflectors from Honda, they do have a benefit to the sides of my legs, possibly to my fingertips. And the F4 Customs windscreen 20-inch. And this is the wider version. Well, it's wider than the Honda OEM windscreen. 5 inches total, 2.5 inches on each side, and it has a flip up at the front, at the top of the windshield, that directs more air over your head than normal. And this windshield is at this highest position right now, so that's what I think I would need. I did lower my seat heat to level 2 out of 5, and I still feel that heat through one underwear layer, a thermal layer, a sweatpants layer, the thin layer inside of these nylon riding pants, and the outer layer of these riding pants. And I'm gonna take it down to 1. But I don't want to actually feel the heat. I want to be kind of neutral on the heat that I feel. Either neutral seat temperature, where it doesn't feel cold or warm. And the same thing for my hands, the palms of my hand. There's no benefit to the grip warmers outside of the palms of your hands. They don't affect your fingertips, especially the outside. You would need more wind protection for that. So that's my ride today, this couple weeks before Christmas, less than 2 weeks before Christmas actually. 39 degrees, Honda Gold Wing Tour DCT. The only wind protection changes that I made again are the upper wind deflectors and the windshield. Talk to you guys later.